Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Meg, welcome, and if you're returning, then welcome back. So as promised, today's video is going to be a Christmas gift guide for him. Not gonna lie, I probably don't have as much to say in this one because I'm not a man, so I find it just as difficult to shop for men as everybody else does. They're literally the hardest species ever to shop for. But I do have a few ideas that I've written down. Some of them are things that I've bought my boyfriend or my dad or my brother in the past. And obviously I don't have any of it to actually show you. So I will be putting pictures on the screen here so that you guys know what I'm talking about. And obviously, as before, I will list all the websites down below, any websites where you'll be able to find the things that I talk about. Without further ado, let's get straight into the video. So the first thing that I have is probably the most common thing to buy a man ever, and it's boxers or socks. I know it's boring, and maybe don't get that for someone that's younger, someone that, you know, wants toys for Christmas, but adult men, you know, they can never have too many pairs of boxers or socks. And a really good place to get them from is TK Maxx, because they do designer boxers like Calvin Klein's, like the packs of 3 that you can get. They do those for like half the price that they are in Calvin Klein. I know that it is expensive to buy designer boxers. And they also do lots of different brands of socks as well in there, and that's where I always go. Whenever I buy my brother or my boyfriend socks or boxers, I always go to TK Maxx because they're just easy. TK Maxx is a really good shop for men. I personally don't think it's very good for women. I've never bought anything in there for myself because I don't know, I don't really like TK Maxx. Apart from the makeup section, sometimes I'll get reduced makeup, but Barney loves it in there. He literally loves TK Maxx. We have to go in one every time we go shopping, and he always finds something he likes. TK Maxx is just good for all things to do with men, to be honest, because they do obviously the boxers and socks, they do aftershave, they do watches, and they also do clothes as well, designer clothes like Ralph Lauren. So definitely have a look in TK Maxx if you're struggling to find something to get your man, because that might give you some inspiration if you go in there. Next thing that I've got is gadgets for their phone or their car or their laptop or anything like that. Men love gadgets, don't they? Like, they don't like not having the latest in thing. One thing that I actually bought my dad a couple of years ago for Christmas is called a tile. And it's basically this little square. That's not a square. I can't do the shape of a square. But it's basically a little square that you put on your car keys or your house keys or both. And you download the Tile app to your phone. And then basically, if you ever lose your keys, you can go onto the app on your phone and you can either ring them and they'll make a noise and you'll be able to hear where they are, or you can just look at the location of where they are and find them that way. It's a really handy thing to have. My brother also has it, and so does my boyfriend. Bonnie and I actually had an occasion where we went shopping in Brighton, and he is careless with anything important. He always loses his keys or his wallet. He doesn't lose them for good, like he always finds them, but he misplaces them so often it's ridiculous. Anyway, he left his keys in a shop that we'd been in. I think it was like JD Sports or something like that. And obviously we didn't realise that he'd left his keys until we got back to the car park. So we were ready to get in the car and leave, and obviously we didn't have his keys. And had we not had that app, we would have had to just go back into Brighton and look in every shop we'd been in and ask around. But because he had the app, he could literally look at where they were, and we were able to just go straight to that shop and get them. Also, had the worst come to the worst and someone's stolen them, he can still see where they are. Have you not ever wished that you could ring your keys when you lose them? That's what it's for. Wireless or portable phone chargers. So with the newer iPhones, you can get those phone chargers where you just put the phone on the platform and it charges it. You don't have to plug anything into it. I've got one in my car, and it basically clips onto my air vents in my car. Then I can put my phone in it and it charges it at the same time. So it doubles up as like a phone holder and a charger. So that's a cool thing to get them. You could also get them a portable phone charger. They are handy to have. I always, whenever I'm going on like a long day trip where I'm not going to have access to a phone charger. For example, last Christmas, Barney and I went to London for the day, and we went really early in the day and didn't leave until late at night. So I took a portable phone charger with me because, you know, you never know if your phone's going to run out of battery. You don't know that you're definitely going to have access to a plug socket to plug it in. So a portable phone charger is a good thing to have. And also, ladies, if your boyfriend always tells you that his phone's run out of battery, get him a portable phone charger, because then he can never lie to you again. And also another good thing to get them, if you want to get something a bit pricier, a bit more extravagant, you could get them some AirPods for their phone if they don't already have them, obviously. Okay, the next thing I've got is a designer watch. Now, men seem to love designer watches like so much more than women do. I actually don't own a designer watch, and I never have. I've never been interested in watches. I've got a Fitbit, that tells me the time, and that's all I need. But my boyfriend, for example, he has quite a few, I don't know if I call them designer watches, but he has quite a few watches, and he's obviously always said that he would love a Rolex. I can't afford that, you know, I'm not being paid that well, let's be honest. But you could look into something a bit more down the market, like Hugo Boss. They do some nice watches. The best thing to do is take them shopping with you, and any watches that they see and they say, oh, I like that, just make a note of it or take a picture of it or something, and then go back and get it when they're not with you. That's the best way to shop for men, to be honest, is to say, oh, let's go Christmas shopping today, take them shopping. 9 times out of 10 they will always end up looking at things for themselves. That's what my boyfriend does anyway. And anything that they see that they say they like, just take a picture of it and get it either online or get it when you're not with them. It's the easiest way, because men are so hard to read and they're so hard to shop for, honestly. The next thing I've got is a nice mug or a flask. My boyfriend personally loves coffee. I absolutely despise the stuff, but he drinks it a lot, and he drinks about 10 cups of tea a day. So last year I got him a mug from Pantone. They're quite a plain mug brand. They're basically just normal mugs with different colours on them. I will link it down below, and I will put a picture of one here, because I can't really explain them. You kind of have to see them to know what I'm on about. Or you could get them like a funny mug, like something funny written on it, or something rude, whatever you fancy really. You could even go that one step further and get them a mug with your face on it. And also a flask, because if they work in an office, or if they're always out early in the morning and they always take a hot drink with them, get them a nice flask. You can get those like proper ones from Costa, they're quite good ones. I feel like mugs and flasks are the sort of things that you don't really buy for yourself. Like 90% of the mugs that I have been given to me as a Christmas present or a birthday present. I rarely buy them myself. Okay, the next one depends on whether you want to hear from your boyfriend for the next year, and it's a new game for whatever console they play. Obviously the PS5's just come out, but I am not under any circumstance going to encourage any girl to buy that for their boyfriend or their fiance or their husband, because quite frankly I think that is just too much to ask for. Also, you're encouraging them to not speak to you for like 2 weeks, so. But I mean, my boyfriend plays Xbox, but you know, grown men these days seem to still be obsessed with PlayStations and Xboxes. There's always a new game out. I'm pretty sure there's a new FIFA that's come out recently, but don't quote me on that. I don't have a clue what goes on with things like that. Or if there's a new Call of Duty out, or just anything really, any game that they've talked about wanting. It doesn't even have to be like the standard COD, FIFA, Fortnite. It could be something completely different, like something that you just know they would like playing. There is also the Nintendo Switch as well. That's quite a popular one these days. So you could get them something for that. You can also now as well, you can get like they're like a games console that you just plug into your TV, and they have all of the old school PlayStation games downloaded to it, like Rayman, Crash Bandicoot, things like that. They have all of that already downloaded to it, so you can just play it as it is. You can get those on Amazon. And also I've seen on quite a few websites when I've been looking for like gifts for men, is you can get like the old school Game Boys and things like that. So if they are like a proper gamer guy and they like things like that, have a look at something like that. You could also go for an accessory for their console. For example, I know that my boyfriend wears a headset when he plays his Xbox with like his friends and that, so you could get them a new headset if theirs has seen better days. You could get them another controller if they wanted to play with someone, maybe even you. Maybe they could actually get you involved instead of ignoring you. The next thing I've just written personal to interest. So look at the sort of things they're interested in and get them something to do with that. My boyfriend's an architect, so he likes building. He's the sort of person that would go to a cathedral and look around it all day and enjoy it, you know. But a couple of Christmases ago I actually got him one of those world maps where you can scratch off the countries that you've been to. You can get like the 100 dates scratch off calendar things. They're basically like whenever you want to go on a date, you scratch a square off and it tells you what you should do on that date. You can get quite a lot of the scratch off things now, so have a look online because they have lots of different ones. It doesn't have to be a world map. If they really like gardening, for example, you could get them like a nice new gardening kit, some gloves, a watering can, some pliers. I don't know what gardeners use, I've never gardened in my life. Or if they're a builder, you could get them like a personalised hammer or a nice new toolkit or a toolbox, something like that, you know, just something personal to what they're interested in. Okay, the next one is another classic, and I feel like something that you always buy for men because you just don't know what else to get them, and it's aftershave or grooming products. So by grooming products I mean like beard oils and things like that. Bulldog is a really good brand for like beard oils, beard creams. I mean, you get those men that are like obsessed with their beards, like treat their beards better than they treat their skin. A really good place to get aftershave from for men is Penhaligon's. It's expensive, but they do like just really different fragrances, like not just your standard Hugo Boss or Paco Rabanne. I mean, if that's the kind of aftershave they like, then get them that, because you can't go wrong with something you know they like. I personally, again, relating it back to my boyfriend and my brother, they both have aftershave from Penhaligon's. They come in really nice bottles as well and really nice boxes. They just look really like gifty when you buy them, but it's the kind of shop where you would need them to choose the fragrance that they want first, because there's so many to choose from, and if you don't know someone that well, because there are so many to choose from, you kind of need to be specific. Like, you need to know which one they like. Or if you don't want to do that, if you don't want to let them know what you're doing, they actually do these gift sets in there, which is, it's like a set of say 5 different fragrances, and they're little mini ones. They're not obviously full size, they're little mini ones, and you can get them, and that way you could give that to them as a gift. They can try them all out, and any that they do end up liking, then you know what they like and you could get it for them next time. You can also do the classic Boots aftershave gift sets where you get an aftershave and a body wash or something like that, or a body spray. Okay, the next thing I've got written down is anything sport related, so whatever sport they're into, football, rugby, golf, tennis, whatever, get them something to do with that. You could get them a football shirt of their favourite team, or the team that they support, should I say. Or if you, I mean, you probably couldn't do that this year because I don't know what's happening with COVID, but you could get them tickets to a game by the team that they support. If they play golf, you could get them a personalised golf ball or a golf club. Or do golfers wear gloves? I feel like golfers wear gloves. You get them a new golf glove. Next one that I've got is a nice wallet or a tie clip or some cufflinks, something like that. You know, a wallet, again, you could get them like a nice wallet from Ted Baker, or a nice leather wallet. You can even get the personalised ones. You can get the leather wallets with their initials on it, if that's the sort of thing they like. And the same with tie clips and cufflinks. If you get them from somewhere like Ted Baker, or I don't know, somewhere like expensive like that, then I feel like it just means a lot more. I personally would never buy my boyfriend a shirt or a blazer or anything like that, because I know that he pretty much has to get everything tailored or everything fitted to him, and I wouldn't want to buy something he didn't like or something that didn't fit him properly. If you do want to contribute to their smart wear, then you could get them a tie clip or some cufflinks. Ted Baker do some really nice tie clips, and they come in these really nice little gift boxes. If your boyfriend or your husband or your dad is someone that wears a suit all the time, maybe if they're a lawyer, maybe if they work in a place where they have to wear a suit every day and a tie every day, then get them something like that. It's an easy gift, you know, it's a bit pricey, but it's simple and you know they're gonna like it. The next thing that I've got is actually something specific, and it's the Hotel Chocolat dipping adventure. Now, I got this for Barney for Christmas last year and he loved it. We like Hotel Chocolat anyway. We really like the little penguins that they do at Christmas. It's a bit of a more pricier chocolate, I'd say, but I personally think it's so much better than Thornton's. Like, I don't understand the hype around Thornton's personally. I think Hotel Chocolat is so much better. Their chocolate in there is just like, you can just, when you eat it, you can just taste how well it's been made. And you know, it's expensive, but you're willing to pay it because the chocolate's so good. I think you get like 2 different types of chocolate dip. It's like milk chocolate and white chocolate, I believe, and then they give you like marshmallows, little breadsticks, little crackers, things like that to dip in it, and it's divine. Obviously you have to heat up the chocolate, so it's a bit like a chocolate fondue set, but it's like a high-end fondue set, and it was so good. We both ate it on, I think we ate it on New Year's Day when we were hungover last year, and it was literally the best thing ever. I absolutely loved it. Next thing that I've got written down is a joke present. So there is a website, prezzybox.com, and it basically has like a men's gift section on there, and it has loads of like jokey, gifty things on there. For example, it's got like a beer belt on there, so it's this belt that they can put on, and it's got loads of different compartments in it that you can put a can of beer in. I mean, who knows if they would use it or not, but say if they were like having a boys' night at home and they were playing a drinking game where they had to down a load of beers, you know, it would be good for that. An armchair caddy, so it's basically this bit of fabric with a tray attached to it that you can put over the arm of an armchair, and then they can put like their coffee on it, their phone. Another website that I saw that was really good for like unique gifts was Menkind. So they did a lot of drinking games. If you're buying for someone younger, maybe even if you're buying for your son or your younger brother, or someone that's like maybe going to uni, or someone that's just started uni, or someone that's getting older now and has started drinking, could get them a drinking game. They also did a cool like optics for bottles of alcohol. So for example, say if, I don't know, your dad likes Jack Daniels and he drinks it every night, you know, like at Nando's when you refill your drink and you just press against that thing at the back and it comes out, that's what the optic is essentially. You can just put a big bottle of like Jack Daniels, Captain Morgan's, vodka, whatever, upside down, and then whenever they want to drink it, they can just put their glass underneath it. I mean, you're encouraging them to drink every night, but most people do these days anyway, especially in lockdown. So yeah, you know, if your boyfriend, your dad, your brother, or your granddad, or anyone is the sort of person that, you know, likes a whiskey or something like that, it's just like a nice thing to get them. It makes it easier for them to pour it. You could also, if there's someone a bit older, I mean, I say older, I feel like I need one of these and I'm only 26. You could get them a back massager. I've seen it on Amazon, I've seen it on Menkind, I've pretty much seen them everywhere. They're basically like these, they almost look like really big neck cushions. You put them like over your shoulder and they massage your neck and your back. They look really nice and I kind of want one. A lava lamp as well. They're the sort of thing that men still find cool, you know. I mean, I think they're pretty cool. Like they're good to look at. Say if your boyfriend's got like a man cave, or he's got a room in the house where it's like his room and it's where all of his stuff is, you could get him a lava lamp for it, something that matches the rest of the room maybe. Have a look at Prezzybox and Menkind because they have lots of things on there that you just wouldn't think of yourself. It's a bit like what I mentioned in my previous video, notonthehighstreet.com, is that sort of website where it's just things that are unique, you know, things that you wouldn't expect. And the final thing that I've written down is basically alcohol. My dad has these really cool like diamond glasses, so they're basically a glass but they've got a point on the bottom, so when you put them down they're like almost look like they're tipped over on their side, and they're kind of like whiskey tumblers. They're for drinking things like that. So if you wanted to get them like a bottle of their favourite whiskey or their favourite rum and get them some glasses to go with it, some tumblers of some sort, just to make it a bit more jazzy, a bit more like a gift. You can also get those personalised beer glasses. They're like oversized and they've got like measurements on them, and it will be like normal person amount, Dave's amount sort of thing. You can get those on like Amazon. You can probably get them on Menkind as well. Okay guys, so that is everything that I've got for my gift guide for him. If anybody thinks of anything else, then do comment it below, because I realised that this one probably wasn't as informative and maybe I didn't have as much to say as I did in my gift guide for her, but that's because I'm a girl and I know what I like. But I hope that I've given you some good ideas. As I said, I will link every single website that I've mentioned down below, and any websites that I can find where you can buy anything that I've mentioned, I will link that down below too. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.